You got that dead cat to pick up all this sound. Oh, hey, oh. Probably shouldn't put my mouth on that. You sound like my mom. My dad watches YouTube though. In fact, he posts a song of the day every day on Facebook.
Love that.
Mm-hmm. You don't follow him, do you? All right, cool. All right, guys. Saturday, March 28th, our at-home workout. All right, so here's what we got going on. We're going to go 5 stations every 2 minutes, okay? So every 2 minutes for 30 minutes, you're going to complete some work. That work should take you somewhere between 1 minute and 90 seconds. We'll talk about the run, all right? That might be a little bit longer, and that's okay, all right? And then you're going to rest the remainder of the 2-minute interval before you move on to the next thing. We're going to go through what we've written out for people, and then we will go through the many options that we can do to change that. So the first station we're looking at is a 400-meter run. For a lot of folks, if you can't finish a 400-meter run in less than 2 minutes, we'll scale that back. So let's think about if you're not measuring, you're not able to measure distance, you could potentially just maybe run 45 seconds out and then have to come back within the next 45 seconds to be back in 90 seconds, which would allow for you, if you're going to slow down a little bit, you'll still have some time to rest. If you're running the full 400 meter, this might take you close to the 2 minute, right? So that's okay. If this one station takes you almost the entire 2 minutes and then you have to go immediately into the next station, that is okay. We just don't want to obviously be doing that for every single station. So go for a 400 meter run. Station 2, going to be a lot of options for this, but we put one for the folks that have a barbell at home that want to use it, especially I know there's something about lifting a barbell outside that just like feels real good. So we're going to say 10 power snatches. If I were to give a prescription here, I would say 135 for guys, 95 for ladies. Something that you would do Isabel at if you've done that workout. But really the thought would be that this is going to be mostly either quick singles or just short sets. So even if you're able to finish this in say less than a minute, should be pretty high intensity so that you're hitting your rep, all right? So if I'm doing my power snatch, starts from the floor, extend up, catch in a power position, drop it, reset it, or bring it back down, however, okay? But it's 10 power snatches at a weight that's gonna force us to hopefully, again, do quick singles or something like that. If we don't have a barbell, a couple of options, right? One, if we have 2 dumbbells, ooh, that was loud. 2 dumbbells, we can do what is known as a man maker. I don't like the name, that's fine, all right? But say we had 2 dumbbells, that would be, and you guys should probably be familiar with this. We come down, we hit a push-up, we row with one side, we row with the other side, we pop up, and then it's going to be a power clean into a push press, okay? For reps on that, I'd say 6 to 8. Again, use that kind of 60 to 90 second range in your brain. If you only have 1 dumbbell or kettlebell, I'm going to give you an option to do something just like that, all right? I'm going to come down, I'll do my push-up, I'll do my row on one side, I'll pop up, and then it's going to be a single arm clean and jerk, boom, up overhead. I'll come down, I'll switch, I'll do it on the other side. So it's push up, row, popping up, power clean, push press, all right? If we're doing it with 1, I'd say we shoot for 10, so 5 each side, hopefully. If you can't finish that within the time or that's just too much, we'll cut it to 8. And then we'll go through again some other options we can put in there. Third station, 400 meter row if you have a row. Awesome. Most folks don't have a rower. We're going to say 90 seconds with a jump rope. If you don't have a jump rope, I would say, maybe 90 seconds of, let's say, mountain climbers, right? We could also sub in there maybe jumping jacks, anything that's going to allow us to just be a cyclical movement. Again, we'll go through a lot of subs that we can stick in there as well. Station 4, I wrote as 15 burpee box jump overs. That number might be a bit high for folks, but if you don't have a box, we could also do these over an object. So let's say you have your dumbbell or your kettlebell, I'll do my burpee, and then I'll hop over whatever that object is. I don't need to go down and do it because you guys know how to do that. But shooting for would be 15 burpee box jump overs, right? If you have a box and 15 is like, no, right? Maybe we cut it to 12. And then station 5 is going to be a plank hold for 60 to 75 seconds. We can work on different variations there too, from that traditional just forearm plank where I'm here, right? I like to think about stuff like this when we're looking at, hey, I'm doing some heavy breathing and then forcing me to just brace right? I kind of like that concept where I'm breathing, then I just have to stay very still. We could also maybe add weight to this plank. We can do different variations. You know, I would love to put like a front leaning rest on the rings. Obviously, a lot of folks don't have rings, all right? Any kind of plank variations that's going to challenge you within that time frame, okay? And then here would be where you have pretty much the longest rest, most likely, before you go back into that run, which again might take most of your time within that. The idea here is that the first time through should be pretty manageable. Second time should be starting to get tough, and then that third round, should be very tough, right? Tough to get through mentally, right? Maybe your rest time is starting to decrease, but you're able to get through everything, hopefully without missing any intervals, but you're really having to push it to finish. Then we're just going to go through kind of the different options. So we've done this format of workout in class before, and you notice there's different things we can stick in there. So I said this is like a prefix menu, right? So clever, right? We can take different pieces from here and sub them in wherever we need based on equipment. So what might be a good rep range and movement to fit into some of these options? So first one would be, say you have a wall ball, 30 wall balls. Great, right? Say we have a wall ball but nowhere to shoot the wall ball to, we could do 30 med ball cleans. What that will look like is I'm going to keep my chest up, come down, grab the ball, pop, and then finish through a squat. Again, back to the floor, pop. There's my med ball. Another option would be 30 walking lunges, whatever kind of weight we might have. So let's say I have a 35-pound kettlebell, holding it in that position up here, that goblet position, and I do 30 walking lunges, all right, with that back knee gently touching. Say what I have is kind of light. I can do 30, maybe an overhead walking lunge. So I'm here, all right? I step through into my lunge. I would do 15 on each side. Let's say you have access to do pull-ups, 10 to 15 strict pull-ups. That. 15 to 20 strict dips. We could do those between two benches, all right? If we had some kind of implement we could grab on to do dips, something like that. 75 to 90 double unders. I was going to write this just as 90, but obviously everybody has different level of skill here. 75 to 90 double unders. That could also be the sub in here for the row. That might make sense for people. If you have a bike, 24 calories for the guys, 18 for the ladies. That's what we would stick in there. Again, if we were doing this at the gym, these are just some concepts. Strict handstand push-ups, I put anywhere from 10 to 20. Yeah, whatever's going to allow you to get through those reps and still rest to go to the next thing. And then the last one would be 30 kettlebell swings. So your kettlebell is maybe too heavy to do the man maker situation with or something like that, or maybe you're doing that and this, but 30 decently heavy swings. If what you have is light, maybe you bump that number up to maybe 40 swings, something like that. There's a myriad other options that might fall into this, but these are just some suggestions, and that's what we're looking at to kind of stick into here for Saturday. If you guys have questions, you guys need anything at all, let us know, and look forward to keep it going with you guys in terms of the at-home workouts. Also check out the Facebook group as we're trying to update stuff constantly in terms of what we're doing, getting people together via the Zoom calls, the FEF Fridays, the Zoom classes. This Sunday we're going to be doing a live flow session with Shannon on Zoom. So if you guys want to do some breathing, some down regulation, that's going to be happening Sunday at 9 a.m. And again, we'll put the link in the Facebook group. All right, miss you all. Peace.